everybody, it's Lucinda from Montreal in beautiful Sutton where the leaves are changing colors, and I'm here with my good friend Lisa. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey, I'm Lisa from Missouri in the United States, and we're going to talk about Madre Lana, which, not Madre Lana, but dlana, which we both have. I'm conditioning my hands with it right now.
So we thought we're going to do a proper video with Javier from dlana and show all kinds of wonderful things. We also have our friend Rachel in Brooklyn that just started getting it, but we wanted to try out doing this video, uploading it to our social media, and we're kind of the silly ones out of the bunch that'll be on the serious video. So we thought that we would just try it out, and I could show you a little bit about what I've made with dlana, and we could talk about how Lisa has had it just for about a week or two in her shop, and it's just a lot of fun. And it started out one day of the summer. I was sitting outside knitting with dlana and talking to Lisa, and the next thing you know, she's carrying it, and then Rachel too. So there you go. I thought I'd show some of the projects. So I have a sweater that I've made. This is my design. It's made with dlana. I used a spin cycle for the stripe, but I think it would work really well with one of the beautiful colors. Like there's a lot of beautiful colors that both Lisa and I carry in the dlana. And I would just go for a pink stripe. I'd go for, you got a hot pink, a beautiful hot pink, which I would love. I'm a little jealous.
I have it.
See,
There's
look at how many, look at all those beautiful colors. So you could go with one of the naturals.
Pardon?
I said you could go with one of the naturals for the main body and then really do a pop of fun color. Either one color or do a couple of combinations, and it would be a lot of fun. This is called the Raices pullover, and we'll put a link on when I share it to the social media, but it's a really easy top-down raglan, super fun. I'm feeling like I need one in another color already because I made this one last year.
I'm kind of thinking I want one.
It's easy, it's fast, it's big needles, size 8, I think, US, so, or 5 millimeter. So I have here, you can see, this is my koivua. And I made that with the autochtona, only in the natural colors. And for example, if you don't have access to the autochtona, then the rustica would be a perfect change. This is the koivua from Caitlin Hunter. And it's so cozy to wear. It's really a lot of fun to knit. And it would be really, you'd get good gauge with the dlana rustica, and I made it with the autochtona, but they're both natural fibers and both beautiful merino. And originally it was done with spin cycle, but I love how I was able to just use the different natural colors for a gradation on this one. So that's a fun one too. And so then I have over here.
Because Lucinda has elves that knit really fast.
So that one I made, this one I made, and this
and
one
I feel a little worthless.
This is a beautiful poncho, and it's a Bristol ivy pattern, and it's like a poncho with sleeves. And I just wanted to show off how the cables show off so beautiful in this piece, that even though it's a dark brown, natural brown, you still really get that beautiful stitch definition, and you can see
is that rustica?
That is rustica, yes.
That's beautiful.
So, and it took 6 skeins of this. So it's, what do we call them? We're calling them the crayons.
I think they look like boxes of crayons.
Yeah.
Or and candles, or cigars.
And what's really fun is that you take it from the bottom and then it disappears. So that's just a really fun little thing. I also made my spark cardigan. I made my spark cardigan with the rustica in the natural white. I used a spin cycle, but once again here, you could really use a pop of color. Go for a natural color in the rustica for the main color, and then go for a solid, maybe 1 or 2 colors, and just really have fun alternating between the different bands here. And it would work really well. So there we go. I also have my blanket here, and this one was made by my husband, and it's a Steve Rousseau pattern that he adapted to have to be bigger and be done on bigger needles. So with bigger yarn. So this is with the rustica in the mint color.
I feel a little worthless that I don't have elves, but in my defense, I've only had it in a couple weeks.
So that's why
So,
we thought this would be so much fun, because I've had it for
yes.
quite some time, since last year, and you know, it's really helping each other. And Lisa and I are good friends, even though we both have different yarn shops. They're in different neck of the woods, and I wanted to show you. I don't have a lot of the sorosal right now, and Lisa doesn't have it, but the madrilana would be a good substitute for
Mhm.
this. And I wanted to show a shawl that I have here. So this one is an Andrea Mori one. And it's really a beautiful shawl that it would
That's
really
pretty.
show off the texture well of the madrilana. It shows it off well of the sorosal, but
Mhm.
it would
I
be
have
great.
sorosal too.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes, I have all the colors.
Oh, I didn't
No, I'm
realize.
sorry. I have Escorial.
Escorial, yeah.
Yep.
So there you go. So there's this. I don't have the Escorial yet, but I'll be getting it. So it's kind of fun because we don't have exactly the same things, but we're kind of in it together, so to speak. I'm doing right now, and I don't have it here because it's at home. I'm doing Caitlin Hunter's festive doodle, and I'm using these 4 colors in the madrilana. And what I like is that with the pale pink, I'm doing the denim color.
Yes.
And with the light blue, I'm using the red, the darker red color. But these are really, you can't see it here, but they're very complex colors because there's even a little pink in the light blue. So they're
They are
absolutely
beautiful.
beautiful.
And the rosy pink has a
Mhm.
lot of blue and gray in it.
So that'll be a really neat way to see it. So we love it. It's a lot of fun. But what's really most important is that there's some really feel good things about dlana, that they're doing some amazing things to bring back the Spanish merino, and the treatment of the sheep is really good. So they don't do the sheep in Spain are quite well protected. So you can feel good about everything that's going on with the sheep and the way that they're taken care of. And you can also see on dlana's social media that they share every once in a while some stories of the sheep that help grow their coats for us to have some beautiful yarn. So
Mhm.
what
I
it,
think what I laugh the most about is when you and I were talking one day, and I don't even know if you remember you said this. We were talking about how cool it was that the sheep still go up and down in the valleys with the
Mhm,
shepherds.
mhm.
And you said, although I'm sure they have cell phones and iPads, they're still with the shepherd.
Yeah. So they're probably modern day shepherds, but still pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
And and so another thing that Lisa found out today at the shop, can you tell us what happened with?
Well, I had a customer who came in just for Delana. Um, we were talking about the Madre Lana, and we were holding it and touching it, and she bought quite a few skeins of it. Um, and after we finished and we were both holding and touching, we both had trouble turning the doorknob because our hands are so well conditioned. So I told Lucinda and she said, I am so dry. And I said, I have literally, this is my skein. I have been sitting here all afternoon doing this and conditioning my hands. And there's now a film on my screen where I kept touching it to get on this. The lanolin content, I love a high lanolin
Mhm.
content.
And so you get 2 things. You get a fun garment, a lot of fun knitting, and you get nice hands when you're knitting with
Really
it.
nice hands. So
Yeah.
I told I kind of want a pillowcase out of it because
Mhm.
I need my face and head. So I'm just kind of thinking, I may sleep in it like this tonight. So I get some moisture, some lanolin in my face too. So,
So we're going to do this video with Javier and Rachel, and we'll get all the more details. We'll give you all the pattern ideas that you can possibly want. But what we wanted to do was try to upload this to our social media. And we also wanted to be able to share a video about De Lana. And the video is in Spanish, but I think if you watch it and you just let yourself go and see the fields with the sheep and see the different processes, we can talk at a subsequent video about what they say in the video, but we really wanted to from a really base level is practice sharing a video and being able to record it. So we're going to do that right now, and we'll come back right at the end and just tell you what our next steps are and when we're going to have a next video. So I'll share this right now. Thank you.
Esta lana no es una lana cualquiera, miradlas. Son ovejas merinas españolas criadas de forma sostenible por la ganadería sorrosal en régimen de extensivo. Son el principio de una cadena 100% sostenible que termina en nuestros hilos, tus hilos, los hilos de dlana. Somos una pequeña empresa que buscamos la economía del bien común, una economía que beneficie a todas. No solamente a la gente que vive en el medio rural, sino también al medio ambiente, a las tecedoras, a las hilanderas, a todas aquellas personas que pertenecen al ecosistema de la lana y que participan de forma activa en él.
El hilo con el que tejes es muy importante. Es importante que genere biodiversidad, que mantenga los pastos, que disminuya el riesgo de incendios, que cuide el medio ambiente, el medio rural y a los animales. Que además sea natural, pensado con la mayor sostenibilidad posible y que llegue a tus manos con una trazabilidad total. Es por ello que COPADE nos galardonó con este premio a la mejor micropyme en cumplimiento de los Objetivos de Desarrollo Sostenible.
Un premio del que te queremos hacer partícipe y que formes parte de él cada vez que das un punto con nuestra lana.
Para mí es un lujo que existan, porque desde que ellos empezaron a trabajar en identificar una lana de calidad y en transformarla siguiendo unos criterios de calidad, de honestidad y de transparencia que no tienen igual en España, creo que es una suerte para todos los que nos gusta la lana y queremos poner en valor lanas, pues sobre todo de calidad o con una identificación de su origen.
A mí lo que aporta esta gente, primero es frescura, que hace mucha falta, y segundo, que va a intentar recuperar algo que ha sido un motor económico en España. Yo creo que con eso ya se puede decir que esta gente tiene ilusión, creo que lo está haciendo bien. Se tiene que luchar contra el mercado, pero yo creo que están en el camino adecuado.
Para conseguirlo, conocemos de primera mano a los ganaderos con los que trabajamos, como la familia Sorrosal, y nos implicamos de lleno en todo el proceso, desde la esquila hasta el lavado, el secado, cardado y finalmente la hilatura. Todo 100% trazable.
Prácticamente al principio, sobre todo pues yo y la de mis hermanos, era un poco el trasladar todo lo que conocimos, sobre todo más vinculado al principio al tema del esquileo. En plan de salas de esquileo, organización de los sitios de esquilar y todo esto, el poder llegar a hacerlo un día aquí. Bueno, sin tener mucha idea yo del tema de la lana en España, enseguida me di cuenta que había mucha ignorancia, ¿no? Entonces cuando te encuentras gente que por lo menos tiene un mínimo de iniciativa y de saber lo que hace, porque si no, uno sin el otro, pues es difícil de seguir para adelante. Pues es gratificante el poder ver tu producto, ¿no?, transformado en hilo, y mucho más gratificante que hacer el producto sin más y que ni sabemos dónde va a parar, si va a China, si va aquí, si va allá, son todas suposiciones y nadie tiene una idea real de dónde va el producto de estos animales.
Solo así podremos recuperar una industria, la de la lana merino española, que a nivel histórico fue muy bien valorada.
Recuperarla para que sea un modelo de vida sostenible en el medio rural y sea un nexo entre el campo y la ciudad.
También para contribuir a crear una economía circular y sobre todo para poner en tus agujas un hilo puro, de alta calidad, suave y que reporta grandes beneficios para el medio ambiente y para ti.
Eres lo que tejes.
So just a few things. I love it. It's really a wonderful yarn, and what dlana is doing is really wonderful. So I'll just leave you with a few things that we were talking about that they were talking about in the video, and I'll leave you with the saying, "You are what you knit." Somos lo que tejemos. Somos lo que tejemos. Oops, sorry. Oops, I gotta make sure to remember to turn off. Oops. I have to remember to turn off the video when I do it for real. But so anyways, I wanted to say we are what we knit. Somos lo que tejemos. They're traceable, transhuman, and we're going to go over all these technical terms. But what you can really know and feel good about is that these are yarns you can feel good about. They are good for the ranchers, good for the sheep, good as a bridge between the agricultural areas and the urban areas. Lisa and I being in both, kind of in between the country and the city. These are really yarns that speak to us and that we can feel good about. And they have a story, and you can feel the soul within them when you're knitting with them. Thank you very much. And for
Absolutely.
now, in the States, you can go to Lisa and give her a call at One City Market in Missouri. We have Rachel Maher in Woolen in Brooklyn, and we have Montricot in Sutton, Quebec, and we have it all online. But so join us and join us in the movement with dlana. Thank you.
Since we're practicing.